Angular material autocomplete is a normal text with a panel containing suggested options. In this UI, I have two fields, one for a user and one for a team name. I have applied autocomplete on the first field and in the second I have not applied. So let's see what is the difference for the autocomplete. This is for the autocomplete. Select a user. Suppose if I go to enter the user and click on this, I get the suggestions. Suppose I want to enter this one and write K. So all available options with the K will be available to me. So this is the autocomplete, and in the second field I have not applied the autocomplete, so you have to fill by yourself. So this is the autocomplete. You can write any word or character and we will get associated options. So let us see how to create this application in our Angular material. I have already created our application here. In this video I will show you the how to create the HTML template and the associated code in TypeScript, and finally I will run the application. Okay. First of all, I will start with the image. I have created this image. Look at this. This part is the HTML template code. What we have to do is that for the autocomplete, we have to use mat-autocomplete tag. Okay, mat-autocomplete tag, and then this is a template reference variable. Create a template reference variable. I have created here with the name autoref and assign mat-autocomplete. For the time being, look at this. Now check the input type. We have the input text and use the matInput for the material input text, and form control name. This is if I am creating the form group, then this is associated name. And now use the property binding matAutocomplete and assign this template reference variable that we have created with the matAutocomplete tag here autoref. So assign this autoref. In this way our input text is connected with matAutocomplete. This will open this matAutocomplete tag will open the panel, and now this panel is associated with the input text. How? We have used the template reference variable autoref, and we have connected with input text using the property binding matAutocomplete and have assigned that autoref here. Okay, so this was the first thing. Now when we enter a text, like here, suppose I enter something, so what will happen that I have used here for loop and I have filtered user observable data. So using that key, suppose user has entered the K, so according to that I will filter the data and this will be assigned to the filtered users, and using async pipe we will iterate that data obtained by that user text. Okay, so what happens that when the user enters the text, we will always get the filtered data, because I have used the value change. So whenever there will be change in input text, this code will run, and if this run, we will get the updated data for the filtered users. Now we have selected it, and after selection input text should be displayed with a data that will be decided by display with. We have selected suppose K, Krishna or Kavita, whatever we select, then in the input text will be decided by this display with. I have created a function display fn, and display fn just returns the user dot name, because user can have many fields, ID, name or whatever, but after selection I have to print here name. we can print anything after this selection taking from the user interface. So this will be decided by display FN. Display FN means display with this property decides that after the selecting from the panel, what property value should be displayed in the input text. Okay, now let's see in the code. Look at this. This is the HTML. Here I have created input text, then matAutocomplete. This is template referenceable variable autoref and has been associated with the input text by property binding matAutocomplete autoref. Now, first of all, let us see filtered users logic. Look at this. I have a observable filter users, and for every value change in the input text field, this is a form basically. Look at this. This is a form that have two field, name and team, and for the value change using name field, we will run this code. And in this code, what I am doing that, first of all, I am using start with. This use is only for if the first time user enters on the input text, the input data will be as empty text. If we don't use, then there will be nothing because we have not entered anything. Now enter something only when data will be available. So for the start, you can use the empty text, and in this way, this will filter the data. We can see the service code. I have created a user service.filter users. Here I am doing nothing, just a user text, taking user text, and then I have here some dummy data, and then according to the text I am filtering it. This is the filter logic. Okay, and if user text is empty text, then I am returning the complete data. And in this way, this property filtered users is updated for every value change in the input text. Whenever we enter a data in the input text, we get the filtered data. Now let's see the logic of display with. For the display with, I have created a function displayFn. In the displayFn, I am doing nothing, just returning the name value. This is the user. I am just returning the name. Every time displayFn is getting the object as a user type, I have created an interface user which has ID and name, and I have created a list array here for the user type ID, name, ID, name, ID, name. So whenever the user selects here some data, we get the object that have ID and name. So what do we want to display here? Either ID or name will be decided by display with function, and I have returned here name. So when we select data from here, we will get the name. Okay, and this is the validation. If you don't enter anything, then this will give the error. Look at here. If we submit the data, then we will, if we don't enter the data, then we will get the validation error. And this is another field for our form. The name is team because form group has two fields, form controls, name and team. Okay, So in this way our first field was autocomplete, and when we enter the data we get the filtered data. Suppose if I write P, then we get the filtered data. Okay, thank you.